All right, so what's the absolute crack, lads? Grab your tea or whatever you're sipping on, cause we've got loads to get through today. Honestly, hold on to your hats, cause we're jumping into everything that's been going down, from the properly grim to the kinda gas. Let's just get into it. Okay, so first up, right? Some properly serious news. You know the tragic case of Fiona Pender, who went missing back in '96 while pregnant? The Gardaí have officially upgraded her disappearance to a murder inquiry. They reckon she was murdered and her body deliberately hidden. They've even started a new search near Killay in Offaly. That's the third big one. Yeah, absolutely heartbreaking, honestly. And in another sad discovery, remains found on a farm down in Kerry have been ID'd as Michael Gain, a 56-year-old sheep farmer who was reported missing in mid-May. Gardaí are still figuring out what happened there. Just grim stuff, you know? Meanwhile, in Dublin, 2 teens involved in that fatal gangland incident at a restaurant, they've been sentenced to 9 years each. 9 years, right? Definitely sparks more chat about young people getting dragged into organized crime, which is just yikes. And some awful news from Louth. An elderly woman in her 80s sadly died after being hit by a bus on Lower Main Street in Dunleer. Happened just after midday. Gardaí are looking for anyone who saw anything, so if that's you, get in touch. Staying in Dublin, the absolute state of Cherry Orchard. Residents are still majorly freaked out by antisocial behavior and intimidation. The local authorities are like, yeah, we know there are 11 empty council houses, but people are still worried sick about housing and just feeling safe. You'd think they'd sort those houses? Honestly, it's mad. Okay, politics central now, so hold my pint. Right, the housing crisis. Shocker, it's still a total dumpster fire, All the opposition parties, Sinn Féin, Soc Dems, Labour, PBP Solidarity, have basically ganged up to slam the government's handling of it. They're vowing to fight any attempt to ease up on rent caps. Sinn Féin's Owen O'Brien didn't hold back, calling the government a do-nothing crew, failing everyone on housing, childcare, education, healthcare, the whole shebang, basically. Talk about shots fired. They're planning a big protest outside Leinster House on June 17th for the Raise the Roof campaign. That's with trade unions and all sorts. So if you're passionate about this, and honestly, who isn't? That's happening. They're basically saying we're not backing down. Kind of like the water charges protests, back in 2017. And in news that literally made me spit out my coffee, Conor McGregor has announced he's thinking of running for president in the November election. Yeah, you heard that right. The notorious for the Aris? I mean, the group chat is going to be lit with this one. What's your hot take on that then? Oh, and the Department of Finance dropped a report saying, surprise, surprise, our population is getting older and it's going to cost a bomb. So future budgets are going to need some serious policy adjustments. Grand. Just grand, isn't it? For flip's sake. Right then, Ireland on the world stage and all that stuff. Big moves from Ireland. We're proposing a law to ban trade with Israeli businesses operating in the occupied West Bank. If it passes, we'd be the first European country to do it. It's all about international law and human rights. Obviously, it's getting praise from human rights folks and major side-eye from Israel supporters. Definitely one to watch, right? In other international goss, remember those mad 50% tariffs Donald Trump was going to slap on EU goods from June 1st? Well, he's delayed them till July 9th. Our Taoiseach Simon Harris is pure relieved, saying it gives more time for talks to protect jobs and investment. Apparently, a call between Trump and Ursula von der Leyen did the trick. Global markets were just phew. And get this, the Swiss president, Karen Keller-Sutter, is popping over for a visit this week. First time a Swiss pres has been here since 2012. She's meeting Michael D. and Antishik Mihal Martin to chat bilateral relations, Euro policy, and all that jazz, especially with the U.S. putting pressure on the pharma industry. She's also their finance minister and will be opening a historical exhibition at the National Museum about Ireland and St. Gallen. I mean, Random, but okay. Okay, so money, money, money. Or, the lack thereof for some. AIB is trying to offload about 500 million euro worth of non-performing loans, mostly mortgages and small business debts that went south during COVID, trying to make their books look healthier. They're also warning that economic growth might slow down thanks to global trade tariffs and less foreign investment, even though they're still forecasting 2.3% growth in domestic demand this year. Honestly, make it make sense. Corporate T, DHL Ireland's pre-tax profits are up 13% to 9.48 million euro. Nice for them. But Cisco Foods Ireland saw an 18% drop. Ouch. Good news alert, Cana, a Cork-based insurtech firm, is creating 13 new high-skilled jobs as they expand into the UK and US. Get in, that's savage news. And Irish SMEs absolutely raked it in during the first quarter of 2025, attracting 533 million euro in venture capital. Overseas investors are clearly buzzing about our tech scene. Limerick's smart grid company, Viatas, also secured a sweet 10 million euro to go global. Deadly stuff, honestly. But now for some consumer realness. Boots Ireland got caught red-handed. No, seriously. They admitted to breaching sales pricing laws with dodgy discounts during their 2023 Black Friday promos. I mean, we knew some of those deals looked too good to be true, didn't we? Tisk tisk. But hey, slight silver lining. The Irish Credit Union Consumer Sentiment Index went up to 60.8 in May from 58.7 in April. First rise in 4 months. So maybe we're feeling a tiny bit less broke? Maybe. Just maybe. Right. Healthcare system now? So brace yourselves, 'cause it's a lot. This is properly grim, lads. The HSE is under major fire for massive delays in scoliosis surgeries for kids. We're talking about cases like 17-year-old Mikey Henry Benson from Mayo, whose spine is curved over 100 degrees, surgery repeatedly postponed, and 14-year-old Daniel Collins from Tralee, who now needs 2 ops for an 80-degree curve. It's outrageous. Over 106,000 kids are on hospital waiting lists. Just let that sink in, for real. And if that's not bad enough, an internal investigation at Children's Health Ireland found serious malpractice by a consultant. This person was manipulating waiting lists, delaying vital surgeries for kids by up to 3 years. Get this. They referred public patients to their own private weekend clinics, funded by the National Treatment Purchase Fund, and pocketed 35,800 euro. They picked patients based on how easy they were to treat, not how urgent their case was. 95% of 179 patients they picked could have been treated sooner by other CHI docs, and 50 needed surgery way earlier. The investigation also flagged potential negligence, financial dodgy dealings, and a toxic departmental environment. CHI was told to report it to medical authorities, but didn't even tell the Department of Health. The actual rage, honestly. Health Minister Jennifer Carroll McNeil has now got the National Patient Safety Office on it. Seriously? What is going on? Oh, and the new National Children's Hospital in Dublin, delayed for the 15th time. Not expected to see patients until at least June 2026. And the cost? A cool 2.24 billion euro. Honestly, it's just beyond a joke at this stage. Constantly fighting with the contractor, bam. Okay, so some good news in health and science, 'cause we definitely need it. Researchers at University of Galway have a plan for Ireland to join this big European biobanking thingy. It'll mean better access to nearly 500 biobanks across Europe for research into diseases like cancer. Yeah, that's pretty major, The Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland hosted the 2025 Cancer Conference, all about transforming cancer care with new innovations and making sure treatment is fair for everyone. Love to see it, honestly. And if you're an AI whiz, Health Innovation Hub Ireland has launched the HII.ai Call 2025. It's a national program to find and back AI solutions that could totally change healthcare. You could even get to test to tech in actual hospitals. On the advocacy front, transgender group Transgress the NGS held a protest in Dublin on May 22nd, calling for better trans healthcare. It was on the 10th anniversary of the marriage equality referendum, highlighting that while we've made progress in some areas, trans healthcare is still seriously lagging, despite government promises. Keep fighting the good fight, you know? Good on them. Right, so tech, Ireland, and a bit of sparkle. Our own Minister of State Niamh Smith is out in Singapore for Asia Tech Singapore 2025, bigging up Ireland's digital and AI game. Work like. And over in the US, Ireland's Consul General in San Francisco, Michael Smith, was at Stanford for the AI-Con Silicon Valley Conference, talking up Ireland's role in AI. We're basically taking over the tech world, one conference at a time, aren't we? Massive news now for the nerds, and look, we love you. Stripe, yeah. Patrick and John Collison's mega company, they're the new sponsor for the Young Scientist and Technology exhibition for the next 5 years. And how cool is this? Patrick Collison actually won the competition himself back in the day. Total full circle moment that. Atlantic Technological University has bagged €8.46 million to launch a semiconductor photonics education and research center. That's with Peace Plus support aiming to boost the economy and innovation up in the Northwest. Sound, that is. Tech events coming up. Dublin Tech Summit 2025 is on May 28th and 29th at the RDS, covering AI, deep tech, and quantum computing. The Atlan Tech Festival 2025 is also happening in the West, with a conference at University of Galway on May 29th focusing on AI and cybersecurity. Get your tickets if that's your jam. Like! And how deadly is this? Irish tech platform Celton has won a contract with the European Space Agency to develop super advanced semiconductor hardware for future satellites. Irish tech in space. How deadly is that, right? Then celeb goss, GAA banter, and all that jazz. Congrats are in order for Armagh GAA star Jarly Oak Burns. He's engaged to Tara Donaghy. Aw, nah, that's cute. RTE's Arthur Garoonlian was spotted rocking a typically fabulous, vibrant outfit while recording a podcast with celeb chef Donal Skean. You just know the style banter was absolutely top tier, right? Big night at Dublin's Mansion House for the Lord Mayor's Awards. Track superstar Rashida Adeleke was honored for her contribution to women's sports. Rugby legend Johnny Sexton for his epic career, and the one and only Brendan Gleeson for his impact on the arts. Actors Brian Murray and Una Crawford O'Brien also got a shout out for their amazing work raising dementia awareness. Proper, class acts. All of them, honestly. Irish footballer Louise Quinn got a bit emotional watching her former teammate Katie McCabe lead Arsenal to a Champions League win. She's also been reflecting on her own future as she plans to retire from international football. What a career like. Ireland AM's Alan Hughes gave an update on his recent health scare with diverticulitis. Thankfully, he's doing grand after medical procedures. He and his husband, Carl Broderick, also announced their upcoming panto, Cinderella, at the National Stadium. Oh yes, they did. You know yourself. And the live-line drama, Joe Duffy is stepping down after more than 25 years. The big question is, who's gonna fill those iconic shoes? Names being thrown around include Today host Daffy O'Say, Ciara Doherty, Dermot Whelan, and Andrea Gilligan. The speculation is absolutely rife. Who's your money on then? And a cute snap of Irish sprinter Charlene Maudsley and Tipperary GAA star Michael Breen enjoying a rare day off together in their home county. Oh, love a low-key celeb moment, you know? Okay, so sports ball roundup now. Right, cricket fans, look away now. Pro West Indies absolutely hammered Ireland by 197 runs in the third ODI at Clontarf, drawing the series 1-1. Casey Carty from the West Indies scored a mental 170 runs, and our own Barry McCarthy conceded 100 runs for 3 wickets, the most expensive figures in Irish ODI history. Oof, yeah, Tough day at the office for them, you know? In Gaelic football, some big news from Mayo. Senior manager Kevin McStay has temporarily stepped down due to personal health reasons after a medical incident. Assistant manager Stephen Rochford is taking the reins for the rest of the season. Mayo GAA chairman wished Kevin well. It's a tricky time for Mayo, having lost the Connacht final and their All-Ireland SFC opener. Hopefully Kevin makes a speedy recovery, seriously. But on a high note for hurling fans, Cork are in the Munster final. Woohoo! They beat Waterford 225 to 122, with Brian Hayes and Patrick Horgan banging in crucial second-half goals. They hit 17 wides, but, well, a win's a win, right? Manager Pat Ryan was buzzing with the improved work rate. Waterford's manager, Peter Queally, was proud but had a few choice words for some ref decisions. Classic stuff. So Cork will face the mighty Limerick in the final. Bring it on. Woo! And that is you officially all caught up. What a week, eh? Stay sound, look after yourselves, and try not to get whiplash from all that news. We'll catch you later, yeah?